Welcome to Black Culture is Lit TV.
You see the glamour, but you didn't see the grind. I built this empire from nothing, and I own every piece of it.
Yeah, pull a hug, hop out, yeah, the whole squad lit. Cameras on, lights flash, yeah, we build like this. From the block to the big ring, we bring that fire. Black culture on the rise, taking it high. Hey, we outside, turn me up.
What's going on, family? What is going on? Welcome back to another Black Culture Check-In, powered by EyeHeard Media Group, y'all. I am Bella, and tonight, y'all, I'm wrapping up today's biggest stories in Black culture. Well, one of them is so big that it's getting spooky out here, y'all. So, I got an update from attorney Ben Crump, y'all, on the Nolan Wells case. Now, he was on The Art of Dialogue, and I'm gonna say it now, fair use, because I am going to use your content. And I hope it's not a problem, because I would hope that you would want us to get this out to the masses of Black culture, because it's crazy, y'all, what I'm about to show you. If I can get to it, right? Give me a minute, y'all. While I'm looking for this, y'all, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit the notification bell. There we go. So, Ben Crump did an interview with the Art of Dialogue. And it's going to be crazy, y'all, because I want to give you some context before I show the video. But I'm going to be reacting to the latest developments and also involving Sidney Starr. Now, Tasha K took it upon herself to go there, and she went there. So we're going to react to that. And it's a public debate that's erupted online already about Sidney Starr. And last, y'all, I got Roland Martin, aka the Democratic tether, as they call him, in Black culture streets. I don't know if y'all know that, but I'm gonna be responding to some viral allegations and threatening legal action. Yeah, he over here threatening folks, y'all. And what he says is false information. He said the people is lying on him. So let's go ahead and get off into what's happening in the Nolan Wells case, y'all. Now, this is one of those cases where it's been hard to cover for me. So I just kind of stayed away from it. But because I know they're trying to get this out, hopefully you share this to the algorithm when you hear it. It's very important, whatever kind of platform you have as a Black YouTuber, Black streamer, that you get this type of information out. Now, if you're wondering how low people can go, just listen to this story. Now, Nolan Wells' mother, y'all, is under investigation. These folks then went and called her job. Now, I don't know if you can see what's on the screen, but I'm going to read it. Now, according to the family attorney, Ben Crump, Nolan Wells' mother name is Kristen Christine Wownsley. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. And she's a family nurse practitioner. So, Nolan's mother and father are very noble Black Americans. So, she's a family nurse practitioner, and they have been notified. Well, they, meaning Nolan's mother, Ben Crump, and all them, been notified that the Mississippi Board of Nursing opened a professional misconduct investigation based on an anonymous complaint. And attorney Crump says Nolan's mother has practiced for years without any prior complaints before this matter. Now, from a licensing and regulatory standpoint, healthcare professionals are governed by strict oversight boards that investigate complaints to determine whether a license holder violated professional standards or ethics. An investigation is a regulatory review, not a finding of misconduct. And disciplinary action can only occur if the board determines a violation occurred after its review process. Like, why would y'all even allow those complaints to come through knowing it's anonymous for one? Her son, we don't know if he was murked. We don't know what happened. Like, how low can you really go? You know what I mean? Because they going low, y'all. This may be the lowest I've ever seen. A mother's grieving, and she got to deal with being under investigation. You can't make this up. So let's go ahead and get into the Ben Crump interview because we're going to get it from the source as much as we can. And I like Ben Crump. He had to actually protect himself because they're saying that he only comes for these type of stories, whatever that means.
You can upgrade your home's old, worn out furniture
Um,
than you might think.
So he's only comes around with these type of stories. They're trying to say, racial divide sort of type of attorney because he's a civil rights attorney. He's not a criminal attorney. Why is he on this case? It's just crazy. But yeah, so Ben Crump says Nolan Wells' mom became suspicious after Life 360 app showed his friends had his phone. So this is straight. And when is this? They put this out, I think today. Yeah, I think this is the latest one. Yeah. So this is the latest of what's going on, y'all. I guess they're talking about how she found the phone and things like that. They're starting to talk. So here we go. And fair use of dialogue. Hopefully you don't strike my page. I'm trying to get this out to the 5 people that listen to me.
Nolan Wells' cell phone, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Nolan Wells' mom had no idea that his friends had his cell phone, right? She had to use an app to find out.
Well, she used the Life 360 app to find out where Nolan's phone was located. Yeah. Well, she called the phone 3 times and no answers, and she used the Life 360 app to find out where it was at. So she's suspicious because of those things, because she's saying, my son, they don't believe would have just stayed back because they said that was uncharacteristic of them. And then they said, and they don't think their 18-year-old son wouldn't have stayed back on the island without his cell phone because he has no means of communications. So those are things that to them are very questionable. And as we say, they're not adding up. So it's those type of things that we're trying to get to the bottom of because, man,
Hmm.
When our 18-year-old children and our children end up unalive in very questionable ways, a lot of times they just sweep it under the rug. I mean, you never find out what happened. And I think that's why so many people with this Nolan Wells case are engaged. Um, I mean, you just think somebody had to see something. Somebody has to know something. I mean, there's so many people out there. How does nobody, if you say it's a drowning, nobody sees them go in the water, nobody tries to help them? I mean, it just doesn't add up, is what we're saying. Um, the fact that I was very grateful to his parents, Christine, his mother, his father, Elmore, using the attention that they've gotten to help bring attention to other tragedies that were similar, where 18-year-old Black boys end up being unalive. And there's so many questions about it. One such is Daniel Irvin, that happened outside of Dallas, Texas. He, within 3 months of 4th of July, got picked up by his friends to go on, I guess, a fishing trip. He was the only Black kid amongst them. I guess he allegedly accidentally drowns. And instead of his friends saying that initially, they threw away his cell phone, threw away his clothes, and deleted all of their text messages with him. Now, his mother and their family are going out of their mind, his mother, Tamika, about where is my son? And the police don't seem to be helpful initially, which is an issue when Black people go missing. It's not seem to be taken as serious. And we have a whole pattern of that where Black people say, you aren't concerned about missing.
So listen, you guys, this isn't just about Nolan Wells. Nolan Wells' case has brought other cases of Black boys who have come up missing. It's bringing conversation to other grieving mothers who's coming out of the woodworks that is saying, it's happened to my son too. This is what they doing to our Black boys, kids, but boys in this case.
Black people like you are missing white people. And so his mother is begging them, and she has all the receipts where she's trying to go search for her 18-year-old son, Daniel Irvin. And so it's 4 days later after. I mean, it's becoming a big deal, like what happened to her 18-year-old son, that the one of the boys and his parents come forward and they say, you know, we panicked, he drowned, he jumped into the water and he drowned, and we panicked, so we threw away his cell phone, threw away his clothes, and deleted the text messages. We lied about it and that kind of thing. Now we're telling the truth. And his mother is still not believing, because she's saying, my son was on the high school swim team. My son was really good in water. So how are you?
Now, I want you to understand what type of people we're dealing with. Did you hear what the attorney Ben Crump said? Who does that to people who you love or who you friends with? So if something happened to somebody I'm with, I'm going to get rid of the phone. I'm going to delete all the messages. Like who does that? This has become a common thing in the white community.
Telling us that he drowned. I mean, if you lied about and deleted his text messages with you, you lied about throwing away his clothes. You weren't honest about that. You were not honest about his cell phone when you threw it away. So how can I believe you when you say I'm telling the truth about him drowning? I mean, it's just troubling, man. And so she's saying, no, she wants a grand jury. She wants people to look into this because she is not accepting that her 18-year-old son, Daniel Irvin, died from an accident drowning. She wants these two individuals to be zealously investigated. It took 3 months for them to even be charged with the tampering with evidence. Even after they came and confessed that they threw away his cell phone and his clothes and deleted messages. So that's what we're fighting for, is answers to how our children, these 18-year-old black boys, became unalived. And then the third one is even more mind-boggling. I mean, just mind-boggling. Tyler Smith in Lexington, Kentucky, also on 4th of July, was at a 4th of July house party. He's the only African-American black kid there. He somehow is shot in his head, dead. 911 is called. The police come, and they say he accidentally shot himself because we were playing Russian roulette. And the police take their word for it. They don't do a gunshot residue on his hands. I mean, it's like investigation forensics 101. If you're claiming a person shot themselves or committed suicide, you do the gunshot residue test on the hand to see if they got gunshot residue on their hands. But they told his mother and grandmother they didn't need to do that because they were playing Russian roulette. I mean, it's crazy. But it gets even worse. They say this is the gun he shot himself with. The police take it. They do an analysis. And then they come back and say, well, the casings that we found don't match the gun y'all say he shot himself with. So then the mother and grandmother say, y'all, I have to investigate everybody who was there. Do that. And then after 7 days, they go to one of the young men's house and they surround it. And then he comes out and he volunteers that, well, this is the gun here. And they match it up and they show that this is the gun that killed Tyler Smith. Now imagine that. Imagine that is a person that took a gun away from the scene of the killing. I mean, and they only charge him with evidence. And his mother, his grandmother, and their family of Tyler Smith are saying, you're not going to charge them with the death of our child? I mean, if they didn't do nothing nefarious, why would they take the gun from the scene?
Wow.
And so it's those things that we are fighting to get answers for. To say, no, we want a full and fair and transparent investigation for Nolan Wells, for Daniel Irvin, and for Tyler Smith. If it was your child, wouldn't you want the same?
So many flipping stories, so many red.
Listen, these people play by different rules. And this is why I wanted to start with this story. It's one thing to lose a child. It's another thing for a grieving family to say they being harassed while they're trying to get answers. I can just imagine, I could bet my money the other two parents have been harassed as well. That's it.
Flags based on what I'm hearing and what's being reported. It sounds like it can be foul play.
Yeah, and that's what the families are saying. We want to know if foul play was involved and our children being unalived. That's what Nolan Wells' family is asking because it's not adding up to them. And that's, the family of Nolan Wells is asking and trying to dot every I and cross every T to see if there was foul play involved in their son being unalived. And that's all they're asking. And then Daniel Irvin's mother, she is saying, is there foul play involved in my 18-year-old child, Daniel Irvin, being unalive? And then with Taylor Smith, his family is asking, is there foul play involved in my 18-year-old son being unalive? 3 black families, 3 black 18-year-old boys, all unalive, and a search for the truth in all of them.
Yeah, these people on code, and it is what it is. But so that's the latest that has come out. It's a lot more. Like they still haven't um found, or well, they have it, but they still haven't I guess registered the throat, the stomach, and all the other stuff that they took out of him. So they're still struggling with that part of the story. Um, I mean, it's just really sickening, right? So let's keep going because, like I said, this story is really hard to talk about. So, like I said, with all that going on, not only is these parents, but right now we're going to talk about Nolan Wells' mom, is trying to find out answers to what could possibly have happened to their son, y'all. She got to deal with this. It's like if someone is trying to pressure Nolan's mother at her workplace because she's seeking justice for her son. That's disturbing. But I wanted to make this video because I want Black culture to understand the type of people we are dealing with. And we can't no longer act like it's not happening. It's happening, y'all. So I'm going to use my platform to be myself. This is what I would tell my son and any other Black kid. Whether people agree with these families or not, white, Black, Chinese, Mexican, Hispanic, it don't matter. Trying to interfere with her livelihood crosses a line for me. And the focus really should remain on the investigation and getting answers, right? If you're a parent, if you're a father, if you're a mother, even if you're an aunt, a grandmother, what do you mean? How do you type racist things to a mother, a family that's grieving? Sick. So this is a post from attorney Ben Crump. And I know you can't read it, so I'm going to read it for you. He says, 1 month ago, Christine Wells Walmsley, oh, that's hard to say, lost her son, Nolan. Now, someone is trying to take her nursing license anonymously, aka cowards, without the courage to put a name on it. It's intimidation. This is a warning shot meant to silence a grieving mother who is simply asking what happened to her child. And we will not let it stand. Because if you fall for anything, you don't stand for nothing. Now, Christine served her patients for years without a single complaint to the board. The only thing that changed is that she started asking questions, y'all. See, You got to read in between the lines. Mississippi is sending a warning shot. They sending a warning shot. They took her son. Now they want her nursing license too. Dirty. So let's talk about what happened. Nolan Wells was found on Horns Island on July the 6th, 2026. His cause of death remained undetermined, and an independent autopsy was inconclusive. 1 month later, an anonymous complaint. The Mississippi Board of Nursing has opened a professional misconduct investigation against the mother based on a complaint filed by an anonymous person. Remember, the sheriff know the judge know the nurse, the hospital director, they all are friends. Okay? This is what we're dealing with. Let's stop pretending like this is not what it is. Oh yeah, let me do a Tasha K on y'all. Hold on. Allegedly. Yeah. Allegedly. Just saying. It's what we heard. Yeah. I heard media. I'm just saying. It's what we heard. Anyway. Right? So now someone is going after her nursing license and honestly without the courage to put a name on it. Like I said, this is a warning shot at a grieving mother, y'all. And it's meant to pressure and scare her into staying quiet. It is a distraction. It is intimidation. And we will not let it stand. Okay? Look at the timelines. Years of service to her patients without a single complaint against her. Then her son was found dead, and she took a leave of absence to bury her child and search for answers. Nothing about her practice changed. The only thing that changed is that she started asking questions. Now, this is a post today by Ben Crump, the attorney Ben Crump. As she continues to grieve her son and seek answers, she is now also forced to defend her professional record. We had the weight of the world on our shoulders, man. No family should accept that, and no institution should tolerate it. We will keep asking questions and demanding the facts until Christine knows how her son died. Signed, Attorney Ben Crump, y'all. We know what it is, and we know who it is. We know who hide their identities. They've been terrorizing us for years. Attacking the grieving mother career does not answer the question of what happened to Nolan. It tells us the question matters, and the answer is scaring anybody. It's scaring. It's scary. It's scarring somebody. Scaring somebody. We will keep asking questions and demanding the facts until Christine knows how her son died, and to the other mothers too that's grieving. I mean, goddamn. I've made a comment. I said Neanderthals are a sad group of people. Not only have they never evolved in the last 500 years, you're getting worse. It must be dealt with. because this is sad. There's nothing else you could do. Let's keep going. The focus should remain on the investigation, y'all. God. And getting answers. They ain't gonna get that, unfortunately. And to be honest, this is why black communities got to start paying attention when families feel they're not getting answers. We have to always stick together. So, just more about board complaints. Basically, everything I said. This is a letter from Ben Crump. A statement from attorney Ben Crump on the nursing board complaint against Christine. I guess he wrote a letter. It's too small to read. You can screenshot that and read it. Wow. There are so many questions, y'all, that this mother need answers to surrounding the investigation. And the family continues to seek clarity. This story reminds me how quickly public attention can shift from facts to attacking people. Racism is alive and well, y'all. So, what else we got?
Office of Ben Crump, nationally renowned civil rights and personal injury attorney Ben Crump issued a statement after Christine Wells Walmsley, the mother of Nolan Wells, was notified that the Mississippi Board of Nursing has opened a professional misconduct investigation against her based on a complaint filed by an anonymous person. Nolan Wells was found on Horn Island on July 6, 2026. His cause of death remains undetermined and an independent autopsy was inconclusive. Attorney Crump issued the following statement. Christine Wells Walmsley was robbed of her son 1 month ago, almost to the day. She has spent every moment since asking one question: what happened to Nolan? Now someone is going after her nursing license anonymously without the courage to put a name on it. This is a warning shot at a grieving mother meant to pressure and scare her into staying quiet. It is a distraction, it is an intimidation, and we will not let it stand. Christine had part of her identity stolen from her the day Nolan died. Now someone is trying to take another piece of it. This cruelty knows no bounds. Look at the timeline. Christine has cared for patients in Mississippi throughout her career, years of service to her patients, without a single complaint against her to the Board of Nursing. Then her son was found dead. She did what any grieving mother would do. She took a leave of absence to bury her child and search for answers. And only now, after all that, does an anonymous person want the Board of Nursing to believe she is a bad nurse. Nothing about her practice changed. The only thing that changed is that she started asking questions. As she continues to grieve her son and seek answers about what happened to him, she is now also forced to defend her professional record. No family should accept that, and no institution should tolerate it. Attacking a grieving mother's career does not answer the question of what happened to Nolan. It tells us the question matters, and the answer is scaring somebody. We will keep asking questions and demanding the facts until Christine knows how her son died. What type of coward a grieving mother like this? But we have an update. The case has been closed by the MSBON. Thank you for all those who have constantly kept us in your prayers. This definitely has added more hurt to an already devastating time because I love my job and I love my patients. Why would the MSBON even open this investigation in the first place? This is disgraceful. We need to make sure to donate to Christine Walmsley's GoFundMe because this woman should never have to worry about money again. And shameful to whoever did this.
I like Secret Service, Sam. I really do. I like that you are an ally. But stop playing dumb with us. You know exactly who these people are. They the triple Ks. Y'all been terrorizing America since day one. Like, stop playing with us. So I came up on this picture, right? And I hold on. Allegedly. And this is I don't know if you know this guy, but he be making videos. And people kept asking him what they thought could have happened to Nolan Wells because he's one of those fighter MMA guys or whatever. And this is what he came up with because Nolan had a blow in the back of his head, the bottom of his skull, I guess, but above his neck. And this is the chokehold he said that could possibly leave a mark like that. I don't know. That's his opinion. Could be. Will we ever get answers is the question. Let's keep going. Oh. I had got mad at this. Anyway. Now, oops. So now these people, I'm assuming they're the same people who put a complaint on Christine Nolan's mother. Now they want Willie D head, y'all. Willie D is in the way of these people because Willie D keep finding evidence, y'all, because he on this case heavy. That's why I said you could get wrapped up into these cases as a YouTuber and stuff like that. I just haven't had the strength to do that yet. But yeah, let's see what Willie D found this time because they own Willie D. I'm talking about the triple K's. Y'all know who I'm talking about. They on his head.
Bringing Nolan Wells information was actually Ashley Coles, which is the judge, and also to the mother of Warren. The mother has an
I missed the first part, y'all. Hold on.
Willie D apparently found that the tip hotline to bring in Nolan Wells information was actually Ashley Cole's number, which is the judge, and also to the mother of Warren. The mother has an invested interest to obviously make sure that her son doesn't go to jail.
Fam, can't be a little further here, fam, because it's got to be a reasonable explanation for this, right? It has to be. I just dialed the number, and it's the same number that is listed. Okay, just to show you proof. This is Judge Ashley Cole, P.O. Box 99 Pascagoula 68. And the phone number I just dialed was 228-769-3036. That is Judge Ashley Cole's phone number. So how is that the tip line? Something has got to be off. Let me dig a little further here.
Yo, if this is true, this is one of the biggest fumbles and miscarriages of justice I've ever seen. And here's why. Can you imagine how many tips we have not heard yet? If that's true? If tips was coming into that tip hotline. Now, how the tips work, they call in, they leave a voice note, right? Or they call in and they speak to somebody. How easy would it be to just delete, sorry, voice note gone? Yo, imagine somebody calling in and leaving a tip. Hey, look, I seen Warren get fight was actually with Nolan. Imagine if that was one of the tips. So to give her access to a tip line where potential tips could be coming in, it's just, yo, who idea was this? That makes sense to y'all? Clearly not. After this development, bro, I don't trust a thing that comes from Ocean Springs. If it doesn't come from the independent investigation, I'm straight. I'm good. Willie D.
And see, and that be the difference between Africans and Black Americans. Who is surprised? Because we ain't. They've been operating like this for the last 400-500 years. You think we surprised, young man? No. He talk about I'm just now. Okay, I'm not gonna. Boy, that's a whole nother video. But yeah, so they on Willie D's head, y'all. Real bad. All right. Let me see. I don't want to get sidetracked. Okay. So now, and I think this is the last of it, of this story. Yeah. So y'all, this is the audio engineer who broke down I guess the video that was on the boat, and they actually heard them asking, was he pew pew, DEAD. So I just want to give a shout out to Janetta Brantley for breaking another tip on the Nolan Wells case. Like I said, you can Google this stuff and check it out. She did a video interview with Nancy Grace. And yeah, she broke the video down, and you can hear it loud and clear exactly what those boys said in that boat. But moving on, y'all, because we got other stuff to get into. Where am I? Yeah. Now, I got to go up some. Yeah. Y'all, Sidney Starr.
Motherfucking Starr.
Tasha. Yeah. Now, I know you've heard about Sidney Starr. She was always seen with T.S. Madison, which he's trying to separate himself from. So it's important we say his name and continue linking it with Sidney. But like I said, allegedly, right? Tasha K taught me that. Tasha takes the risk, and she out these stories. And so let's hear what Tasha has to say about Sidney Starr. And if you don't know what's going on, Sidney Starr was caught with a underage boy. I think he was 14. We don't know if penetration happened or anything like that. But it's just a whole story. It just keep unfolding. We also have Sidney Starr actually making a statement towards the end. So let's get off into it.
The nigga that is only famous because he exposed another rapper for being allegedly gay.
Chingy, y'all remember that when he did that? The transgender Sidney Starr, he ruined Chingy's career.
This is how Sidney Starr got famous. Remember, we thought it was a woman. Look like a woman. Everybody believed this. Chingy's career went downhill. But I just kind of wanted to put this out. It's not like Sidney is famous because she's talented. What is her talent? Besides exploiting people, lying on people, taking advantage of people. When I respected him, I said her. But today it's him because you fucking with a child. Waving that goddamn rainbow flag and some goddamn Skittles and shit to get you some ass because you can't get ass because Eddie Winslow broke now.
Oh yeah,
this is the mugshot.
Eddie Winslow
woke up out of my sleep today by.
So y'all know if Tasha K reported on it, she probably got the court documents too. Sidney did this to herself because I don't know if y'all remember. Sidney tried to get big and bold on the Tasha K show.
Yeah.
And she called her big body friend T.S. Madison.
Yep.
Okay, and T.S. was going off about to pop a brain cell. Okay? That's why I said, where the fuck is T.S. Madison? Because Sidney felt like y'all was so locked in as part of the trans girls that she could just call T.S. Madison and I'm gonna show you. What the fuck T.S. Madison gonna do? That's a grown man. He hit me, he going to jail. Fuck is you with it? Sidney Starr is an instigator. She get whatever. Got you whatever.
Sidney motherfucking Starr. Yes, the nigga in a wig. The nigga.
Why would you never fight a girl if you identify yourself as a girl?
So I just wanted y'all to see the connection with her and T.S. Madison, because T.S. Madison is trying to distance herself from Sidney Starr. And you're not going to be able to, T.S. Madison, because the question is, do you do that too? Allegedly. But we want to know, right? So I just wanted y'all to see that. Let's see them together.
You have a good point.
I know.
I didn't want to deal with all of that, but at this point,
You mean the backlash of it?
Yeah, but at this point, I'm fighting bitches now because yeah.
So how do you feel about the government or whatever putting transgender women into male facilities? There's a transgender woman, it was a story, that went to a male facility,
No, it was a woman
facility,
and she got them
and
pregnant.
she got,
You see the picture?
I mean, she wasn't cute.
I don't think that was a true transgender, in my opinion.
Well,
Sydney, we talking about government stuff. You think? What you think?
But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Always base transgender and the whole aspect of being transgender on the way.
Did you see the femininity? It wasn't.
We saw her. She was slightly a brick. I mean, no shade. But the thing about it is, she still was a trans woman. You have to understand the sexuality.
You're nice about it.
The sexuality spectrum is large.
Right.
She might have been a trans woman who's attracted. Trans is not a sexual orientation.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying in general, just like as far as laws, as far as like, you know, high school laws. And
If I go to jail
laws,
and I still got my dick, don't put me with no woman, because I ain't nothing we gonna do. Put me with the men.
period.
I want to be with the men. Take me with the men.
How do you feel about it?
I'm going to the female facility.
It's your heart.
Why would you never fight a girl if you identify yourself as a girl?
You have a good point.
I know.
I didn't want to deal with all of
So a lot of people online are framing this like an issue, right? And I've also seen commentary arguing that the focus should stay on the alleged conduct itself rather than getting sidetracked into debates over labels or identity. But we ain't doing that. I think the broader conversation is about safety, accountability, and protecting children. Because the LGBT community seem to think that her, the way that we are addressing her, I guess, is bigger than what she did, the crime she committed, he committed, or whatever. So those are the conversation people are having, right? And people, you know, they're going to have different opinions about policy issues involving transgender participation in sports or access to certain spaces like bathrooms, women's bathroom. Let me be specific. Those debates, you know, should be had without assuming the entire group of these people is responsible for actions of one individual. But still, it's something to think about. Let me know your thoughts in the chat.
The fact that people, specifically trans people, are more worried about Sidney Starr being misgendered than the acts that he committed, that's the part of the problem. A 14-year-old child was assaulted. Nobody's worried about, oh, well, let us get the gender right. Y'all be worried about the wrong thing a lot of the times. And this is one of the reasons why I feel like when I hear trans women scream out, protect the dolls, I don't take it seriously. There's a lot of men, women, and children that need protection from the dolls. Like, y'all are running around here with this unchecked mental illness, and it's impacting everybody. I don't even want to hear, well, it's not all of the dolls. And the dolls, for some people that are going to ask, those are what trans women call it. So y'all are going to say it's not all of the dolls. Well, when you don't condemn it, you're pretty much saying that you're complicit with it. And over here on this page, we're gonna always condemn it. I'm gonna actually put your dick to the fire. Fuck your feet. You're gonna untuck that motherfucking dick, and it's gonna be put to fire. Like, Y'all being trans is already perverted as hell. And a lot of us try to overlook that, and we're a part of that problem. At this point, this is why this trans shit does not work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work because we're ignoring the mental illness and we're ignoring the perversion, and that hurts everybody. The fact that people, specifically trans,
You know, sometimes it's better when someone from their community tell you. Because if I would have said that, you would say, "Oh, I would have to put my allegedly up." It's just good that we got people like DL Whisper. If you don't follow him, please go follow him. Please go follow him.
So I know y'all know who Sidney Starr is, but I have a question. Have y'all ever seen what Sidney Starr looked like as a boy?
Mm-mm.
Because guess what? I found pictures.
I've been through a hell of a journey. I used to be called it. When people used to talk about me, I used to try to look at it as a joke. I used to try to laugh with them.
So I know y'all know who Sidney Starr is, but I have...
Well, that wraps up Sidney Starr. Listen. No, it don't. I got more.
Story are disturbing, and I just want to say that before we get into it. Reality TV personality Sidney Starr is behind bars in Fulton County, facing severe felony charges involving a minor. Hapeville police arrested the model and television personality whose legal name is Sydney Favors on Sunday at the Embassy Suites on International Boulevard. Police say Favors is charged with sodomy, sexual battery against a child under 16, and aggravated child molestation. Starr, known for her appearances on reality and drama series including Baddies and Empire, remains held in custody at the Fulton County Jail. Investigators confirmed that the case has now been handed over to the Fulton County District Attorney's Office for prosecution, and due to the victim's age, police say that no additional details will be released regarding the case at this time.
So folks are obviously looking at a picture that a Fox 5 Atlanta viewer had sent to us from, it looks like, is this one from when she was arrested?
Yes, this is from her arrest on Sunday at the Embassy Suites. We were, one of our viewers sent us this picture and sent us a little bit about the investigation. And so we reached out to Hapeville police after that and got confirmation of her arrest.
Yeah.
Story are disturbing, and I just want to say that before we get into it. Reality TV personality Sidney Starr is behind bars in Fulton County, facing severe felony charges involving a...
Wow. So yeah, they got her all over the internet, y'all. Okay, she looked like that. They said cops say Sidney Starr had an open condom fall out of pocket during molestation arrest. What? Claiming the boy told her he was 18. A damn condom fell out when y'all arrested him? According to police reports, a rubber fell out of Sidney Starr's pocket during her arrest for child molestation. That is crazy. Documents obtained by TMZ from the Hapeville Police Department indicated that during Sidney's arrest of sodomy and child molestation, an open condom, it was opened, was discovered on her during a pat-down, along with another condom found in her pocket. The reports state that Sidney was staying at an Embassy Suites in Georgia when a hotel employee called the police to report an incident involving the sexual assault of a juvenile. So a hotel employee called, y'all. A hotel employee called the police. Officers met with the minor and his parent. Also, he was with his parents at the hotel. The boy informed police that something inappropriate had occurred with Sidney. She claimed that during a brief conversation, she asked him how old he was, and he told her he was 18. Sidney stated that after their conversation, she left the lobby and the boy followed her to her room. Following their interaction, officers detained Sidney, conducted a pat-down, and found the condoms. She was arrested on Sunday for sodomy and child molestation. The police later confirmed that the boy was under 16 and Sidney confessed to performing oral sex on him, y'all.
I think what Sidney Starr did, I think it's black women's fault. And this is why I say that black women shouldn't vote and people shouldn't take black women, because when a black man was trying to fight against these black men.
Stop. I was almost agreeing with you until the misogyny. I do believe the comfortability that comes with trans women that are a problem like Sidney Starr is women's fault, because we have welcomed them into the space, okay? But let's not forget that it's black men that keep them there with their DL activities. I'm ready for you to troll today. You ain't got no job. This your job. Go ahead. You ain't got no job.
Okay, every time something happened, right, they want to remove themselves from accountability. It always have to go to something worse happening for black women to listen to black men. Then when they end up beating y'all in y'all sports or walking or having access to the female's bathroom, now y'all crying and the bitch and complaining. I think that black men should step aside, since black women fought with the government to feminize black men, to make black, because that's all this stuff is all about, to feminize black men. Black women was okay with that. So black heterosexual men should step to the side and let black women figure this out.
It's not just black women and black men that are.
See, them be the DL whisperer people that he have on his show, y'all. Okay. Anyway, let's get to Roland Martin, because Roland, a double talking ass, then got caught up, y'all. And guess who's covering it? Of course, Tasha K is covering the damn. But Roland Martin responded to Tasha, and he says that the allegations been circulating are false, of course. And he has warned people, y'all. He is sending shots out to anybody who's speaking on his name and repeating things. He gonna get y'all together, okay?
Real time with Roland Martin. So my management team used to work with him. They was like, well, do you really need to tell him? I said, yeah, he needs to know that this is coming out. And they caught him and he didn't deny. We just got word back. He said that he's aware of it. The videos are somewhat old and he's being extorted. Okay, girl. I'm waiting on his lawyer to call me because I want to know what we're going to discuss. Because we are going to discuss Roland Martin on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, we are discussing it all. The girl, the woman, the wife. A lot of y'all don't even know he married. If Roland want to come and answer these questions, absolutely we can have Roland Martin on. We can. And then he's probably going to do an interview and then go play victim like how Amanda Seales is playing victim. Like she didn't know who Tasha K was. Girl, bye. Everything is in. This is Roland Martin's lawyer. He says, hi, Tasha. This is James Bryant, Roland Martin's attorney. I spoke with Gary Bernstein, who's my manager, this morning briefly about the Roland Martin story that you planned on discussing. And he let me know it was best to speak to you directly because they know to come to me. He said, I do believe he relayed to you some of what we discussed with regard to my client being involved in a revenge extortion scheme for the past 2 years, okay? And being unlawfully and secretly recorded by the woman and her accomplice. Apparently, this guy and that woman worked together, and per her, she did this on behalf of the gentleman. Wow. He said this guy here, Lamont Clayton, who you can find on Instagram under Lamont Clayton, is, I guess, has extorted plenty of celebrities. And one celebrity that they pointed out that he extorted and was successful with was Jamie Foxx.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Now that I did not know. Wait, hold on. Same girl or a different girl?
He says he got it from the girl. So the girl is saying that this is their scheme.
Wow.
So there's more than just rolling rolling around on the bed on fur pillows, ass wide. And this is a part of a bigger investigation. All right, Rhinos, real quick, if you're an entrepreneur, business owner.
I got some really bad news for Roland Martin and fans of Roland Martin. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, man, but this is about to get really bad. Roland Martin has a wife called Jackie. They've been married for multiple decades at this point. But despite being happily married for multiple decades, Roland Martin has been stepping out of his marriage and dealing with a woman called Shakola. Shakola Thompson is this big old booty country freak. Her and Roland Martin have been dealing with each other for quite a while now. And by the way, like, these two even being acquainted is kind of odd because, Shakola is still on the block. Like, Shakola doing live streams from the hood, bruh. Like, on the block. Roland Martin is hosting political show and running political theater. So these two even being acquainted is a throw off. But Shakola does what she does, and Roland Martin apparently likes it. So how do we get from Roland Martin and Shakola having their thing going on to now the world knowing about it? Let me explain. A couple of days ago, WAC 100 got a text from somebody claiming to be Shakola's representative. Now, Shakola is not a public figure. Shakola is not somebody who has a podcast. She don't have a YouTube channel. She don't have an IG presence. So I guess I'm unsure why.
Yeah, they be having all the tea though. How y'all know all this man business like this? They be doing everything.
She needs a representative or what the representative is for. Now, my suspicion is this representative was actually Shakola herself, but because I don't know that, I'll just go with what their story is, which is representative. Okay, so the representative hits up WAC 100, asking WAC 100 to expose Roland Martin's relations with Shakola Thompson. The supposed representative wrote, Roland Martin is getting fingered by Shakola L. Thompson and he is giving Soft Lil D energy.
Snap! Is that what the video show? Oh my God, I'm so mad I can't rewind this. Oh, that's what it is. Because I kept saying, why is this so important? And so Shakola be fingering Roland. And they got it on video. Ain't that about a... OMG. So listen. Hold on, y'all. Allegedly. That's what I heard. I'm just saying. So, because creators, Tasha K, I don't know. She said allegedly too, but they discussing the story while repeating allegedly over and over because they recognize these claims are disputed. So Roland is disputing these claims, and this is where media literacy matters. So hopefully, Tasha, you said allegedly 10 times, and I'm gonna tell you why I hope she did. Hold on, let's finish this. Why do they? This is something that I do want to know. If you are a public figure, right, and you're married and then you cheat, why does that become public business, public conversation? And if you're in politics, you could get fired. Like that, to me, that's crazy. That's crazy. Lord have mercy. I wasn't expecting that, y'all. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I heard about the video earlier, and I've been trying to find the video. But the video is not in circulation yet. So I didn't really know because I hadn't watched the Tasha thing. I didn't know. I looked for her stuff. She said Monday, but I still didn't see it. Maybe it's out there. I don't know. But I didn't know he was getting fingered. What in the world? Lord have mercy. So Roland responds. Hold on. Dang, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to put the allegedly back up there. I don't even know if y'all did y'all hear that, or should I? Let me go back. Play. I can't play that again. If y'all missed it, I'm sorry, but I'll repeat it. He basically said,
I got some really bad news for
because I don't know how to go forward. But he basically said at the end of the video, allegedly, that he saw the video. They sent him the video, and the video had him in Shakola and getting fingered. Fingered. You know what fingered means? Not one finger. A few. So I wasn't expecting that. And wow. Now I'm going to be looking at Roland sideways. Let's keep going. Now Roland responded. Roland Martin reacted to Tasha K. Brawl. She's trying to land a show on Zeus Network to pay Cardi B. So Roland's comeback is Tasha K lying. She don't know what she's talking about. And that's what it is. So he put this up. He said she's trying to land a show on the Zeus Network to pay I Am Cardi B that $4 million. Then he put the money signs, but I don't know, Roland. I don't know if you can joke your way out of this. I don't care that you get fingered, you know. It ain't my hands. But, you know, I'm just saying. Yeah.
Quick.
Of Roland Martin in her house, in her bedroom, that's who you need to sit. We're going to talk about that on Monday. Okay, we'll unwind it just a little bit more on Monday.
Has Roland Martin in a compromising position with a woman who is not his wife? It's saying he's been extorted. The grounds of that extortion stem from some video footage. Tasha says she reached out to Roland Martin's team around midnight. They did not deny the existence of the tape. They threatened to sue anybody who would show the tape or show pictures of the tape. Or seems to me like you should be going after the person that's so-called extorting you instead of putting out threats to anybody that covers that you're being extorted.
All right, y'all. Let me make this video real quick.
Of Roland Martin in her house, in her bedroom, that's who you need to sit. We're going to talk about that on Monday. Okay, we'll Sidney motherfucking Starr. Yeah.
So, y'all, those are tonight's top stories in Black culture, y'all. And again, everything is allegedly. Even me and Tasha K name allegedly. If you watch the clips with me tonight, y'all, let me know where you agree, where you disagree, what you thought about the stories. And you can also give me suggestions of stories you want me to cover tomorrow night, the night after that, and after that. I'll be back tomorrow night with another Black Culture check-in. I have moved my times around. Getting it together, y'all, so I can bring y'all the best coverage in Black culture. It's been real. I'm out, y'all. Peace.